Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Baldur's Gate completionist playthrough with SCS, and it is time to venture down into the proper Durlag's Tower's dungeons. So let us proceed. I'm going to quickly heal Jaheira a little bit. And here at the very beginning of this level, there is a nice little... there's no other way to put it. There's a nice little fuck you trap right at the beginning that's going to send a fireball into right in the middle of your party if you don't detect and disarm it. Come on. Come on, man. I know it's here. Boom. But anyway, this is an amazing level. This is as classic of a dungeon level as it goes, basically. It contains traps, it contains some cool fights, it contains secret passages, it contains puzzles, and a lot of exploration. It's just an awesome classic kind of Dungeons and Dragons dungeon level. Okay, we already see these. Well, let's just clear them out. There are like 2 wraith spiders here. Wraith spiders are the type of spider that can only be harmed by magical weapons. Okay, and first let's explore this central main room. And in this one, we have a lift here that's going to bring us to the next level. Let's just fix the combat music by quick save and quick load. And we already can see a secret passage door there. Alright, it fixed itself finally. And here we can see these 4 warders guarding kind of this lift. And it's going to be locked for now, and we have to do the 4 tasks given to us by these warders that also represent like 4 prominent feelings, I guess, that Durlag felt in those crucial like moments that decided the fate of this whole place. So anyway, let's talk to this one. And he says, "I am the warrior's curse. I steal his future, I mar his past. The more he has, the less it seems. He becomes a slave of glittering things. Yet I hunger. Feed me that which glitters beyond all else." So he represents avarice, and he wants a special shining gem that we're going to bring him in a second. "I am the warrior's fate. I raise him above his brethren, I amplify his deeds. He becomes scornful, where once he had respect. He becomes a giant, where once he was a man. Yet I lack the proper honor. Raise me up in glory. Through the chronicles of my deeds, pride shall be honored. Through the passing of knowledge, my sword shall display its glory. Then you shall know that I am well pleased." So he is pride, and he wants us to basically read about Durlag's greatest accomplishments. You'll see what all of that means very soon. "I am the warrior's madness. I curse him with trust and respect. I slow the blade in its course by stealing his passion for blood and offering a softer emotion in return. Yet I thirst for more. Give me the sweet crimson drink of laughter and passion." So she is love, and she wants wine. And this one, "I am the warrior's bane. I live in the darkness of his soul. I bring him to his knees, trembling and weeping, unable to lift a hand in his own defense. Yet I sleep. Awaken me." So he is fear, and we need to awaken that fear by striking a gong in this place. Anyway, first let's do a little management. We're not going to need that. And we need to do some management with our arrows as well, because as you will see from this level on, Durlag's Tower is going to give us a lot of goodies, a lot of usable goodies. And you know what, I still haven't bought that crossbow of speed, and although these are cool bolts, I think I'm not going to really commit to that whole idea of giving Imoen that crossbow of speed and hoarding a lot of different bolt types for her. So I'm going to clear out some of his inventory space by just dropping these. Maybe I'm going to buy this crossbow of speed after we're done with this dungeon for some final fights, but I'm not sure about that. Alright. Everything else is good, I think. What bolts do you have here? Bolts of fire and bullets +2. Let's have Jaheira have the +1 and +2 ones. Alright, so yeah, as I said, from this level on, Durlag's Tower is going to give us a lot of different goodies, a lot of different consumables, a lot of different projectiles. Okay, And they also give you a lot of potions of Master Thievery and a lot of potions of Perception, because potions of Master Thievery, of course, primarily being used to buff up your pickpockets whenever you want to go on a stealing spree. They also buff up your open locks to help you open the different containers here and passages and stuff, so they give you those. And they also give you potions of Perception that buff up your Find Trap skill, because there, as you will see, there is going to be plenty of traps in Durlag's tower. And basically you could get away without a trap specialist like Koran in our case, pretty much anywhere else in the game, but if you want to really delve deeper into Durlag's tower, it is really recommended to have a trap guy like him, because you will see how many traps there are. Anyway, here we have Mallet Handle, and this is going to be very useful, very necessary to beating this level. And here in this little kind of secret stash we have like 4 potions of Perception, 1 potion of Fire Resistance, 1 potion of Insulation that gives you 50% electrical resistance, and 6 antidotes, which I'm going to leave there, we won't need those. And yeah, just to showcase, yeah, they buff up your Find Traps, also pickpockets and open locks, but by a smaller amount. Alright, so we can open this. There's going to be also a cool thing about this dungeon is that sometimes where there are traps, you kind of get a hint that they are there by these corpses. And as you can see here, there's plenty of corpses, and this passage, there's also going to be plenty of corpses on the other side, and because this passage is heavily trapped. But we're going to get to that a little bit later. We're going to basically just go into this quarter for a certain item, and then we're going to basically explore the rest of the level kind of counterclockwise, and everything is going to, by doing that, everything is going to kind of work out very nicely when it comes to the order of different things we have to accomplish to like beat this level by, of course, obtaining these items or doing what these warders wanted us to do. So these are all trapped. Now let's get some pretty cool scrolls here and potions. Let's gonna go to Imoen. Some more acid arrows for Koran. Very nice. There's another scroll of Cloud Kill. Very nice. Some bolts of biting and bullets +1. And in this room over here there's going to be 3 greater doppelgangers. And the greater doppelgangers, I am going to lightly buff up Senashira, because they have decent physical stats, and they will be able to cast mirror images on themselves and haste themselves. But other than that, they are nothing special. We just have to make sure that we don't get ourselves kind of like blocked in this like narrow corridor. And also, if we had a spell, not detect invisibility, but detect illusion memorized, or if we had a scroll of that, I don't believe we have one, we would be able to dispel all of these mirror images in one go. I'm just going to double check if we have that, but I don't think we have a scroll of that. We only have plenty of detect invisibility, but not detect illusion. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The greater doppelgangers are nothing special. They can hurt us because they have, like I said, decent physical stats, and they can haze themselves. But other than that, you know, aside from a lucky, I think, critical hit, they can't really do too much to us, and they're going to fold easily. And now in this room, there's going to be a very important item for us.
Yes, it is done.
After we disarm these traps. And here it is. This is the Mallets Head. And now that we have the Mallets Handle and the Mallet Head, we need to go to the forge and assemble the proper mallet. There's going to be a forge where we're going to be able to like repair or make tools with, and that's used for the mallet, so that we can strike that gong a little bit later. There's going to be plenty more traps here. On the containers, on the floor. Yeah. And here there's going to be some ghasts or ghouls. We can incentivize them to come on over. But at this point in the game, of course, they're nothing more than just lambs to the slaughter, pretty much. We don't have to fear any ghouls or ghasts anymore at this point in the game. Yeah, boom. And then Koran is going to disarm one more trap over there. And here you can see bolts of lightning, arrows of ice, another potion of perception, some cool scrolls. I don't believe, yeah, Imon is not going to be able to identify them. Yeah, more potions, more arrows, more bolts. I think I'm going to just leave the bolts. I'm not going to really commit to that idea of getting that crossbow of speed later and like hoarding a lot of bolts. Okay, we have to hold on to those for now because Koran is far away. Did we? Okay, we didn't loot this one. More antidotes. I am going to take this potion of absorption, and I am going to take these arrows of acid. Okay, and as you can see here, our cursor changes because this is a usable item. This anvil, this forge, I guess. Yeah, forge, commonly used to make or repair tools. And now we can use it to assemble put that mallet's head and handle together, and now we have a proper mallet. And even more goodies. Oh, failing at clicking here. Let's just use these unidentified arrows there. Okay, and we have like 3 nice full stacks of acid arrows. We're going to get to using them soon. And some projectiles +1, or also normal ones. Okay, let's just leave those on the ground. Some more bullets +1.
Your concern?
Alrighty.
Life is adventure wherever fate takes me.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, Koran, over here, dude. We need you for the trap on this container. And the lock. Well, Imon could take care of the lock, I guess. And then here there's going to be another example of, you know, a corpse being here and over there. And in the middle, in between of them, there's a trap.
Certainly.
And some past adventurers failed in detecting and disarming that trap and perished, I guess. Okay, 12 more potions of healing. Okay, Koran is too far away. We have to
I am here.
group up again. And on the other side of this wall, there's going to be some zombies. Some zombonis, which at this point, again, are just like cannon fodder. They're just going to easily fold before us. You don't have any more room. You know what, Imon, you can use 8 of these. Deplete that stack.
Yes? It is done.
That's done. This container is not trapped and contains 10 more potions of healing, and here we have that gong. And we can strike at it, and it makes no sound, but we can sense a faint vibration. And that has awoken fear, and we don't need this mallet anymore. Alright, now we have plenty of healing potions. Now here there's kind of like a nice trophy room with Durlag's Pride, a monument to the dwarven hero Durlag. It is a sword that has been fused into the rock and cannot be removed. So anyway, the task to awaken pride was to basically get to know or learn about Durlag's various accomplishments. And here there are 4 books that are going to tell us of some of his adventures, some of his triumphs. Like a god of battle, Durlag waded into the drow horde, slaying thousands. Visilithisme was no match for the mighty Durlag. The dragon's spells could not harm him, and her breath was as a gentle breeze to Durlag. So he must have been rocking some pretty sweet gear to be protected like that. And this one is very, very relevant to that quest that we've acquired way back from Hurgen Stoneblade. He wanted us to venture into Durlag's tower to retrieve this enchanted dagger called Soul Taker. And he doesn't want it retrieved for any nefarious means. He actually wants it retrieved for a noble purpose, so we don't have to worry about that. But this is basically some of the events described here are pretty relevant. It came to pass that the hero Durlag and his man-at-arms Arlo Stoneblade ventured into the bowels of the Great Rift. They fought the hideous Tenari Aec'Letec, and with a single blow of his axe, Durlag slew the demon's body and entrapped its soul in an enchanted dagger. So Arlo Stoneblade was the grandfather, I think, of Hurgen Stoneblade that he mentioned. And yeah, there's this mention of this enchanted dagger. And Durlag moved through the Troll Mountains, killing all of the foul beasts. And now, after reading all of 4 of these, when you read the final book, you hear a click as if something has been activated. A few seconds later, you hear a humming sound and can see a glow coming from across the hallway. So now Durlag replied, "You have raised my deeds in glory, and my sword now glows with pride."
Yes?
So now this is the second task done.
Great peril yields great beauty.
Another fireball trap on the way. And here we're just going to enter with Jaheira and Aec'Letec, because there's going to be a couple of these like skeleton warriors
I am certain.
that are pretty deadly. They require blunt weapons and they require some good armor class.
Great peril yields great beauty.
Your concern. Certainly.
And they drop a pearl necklace, 2-handed swords plus 1 that I'm not going to take.
Luck be a lady.
It is done.
Here we have some more oils of speed, potion of freedom, some more arrows plus 2.
I am here.
Okay, there's going to be some mustard jellies, and Senashira's shield buff ran out.
Your concern. Yes?
And I think, for now, Senashira might actually use the potion of invulnerability, because there's going to be a notable fight coming up. And it should last for long enough so that we can actually clear out this level and then do the final fight with that buff active.
Great peril yields great beauty.
What a find.
Life is adventure.
So mustard jelly's not a big deal anymore as well.
Luck be a lady.
And here you can see the many corpses on this side and plenty of corpses on the other. That's because of this passage here.
It is done.
Yes.
And plenty of traps to disarm.
Your concern. Certainly.
Yeah, as good as done.
Great peril
Yeah, it
yields
is done.
great beauty.
Right, well, actually, let's go over here first.
I am here. Your it is done.
Alrighty.
For the group.
Yes,
Okay, phase spider teleports in.
indeed.
Life is adventure. Luck
A
be
few more
lady.
traps here.
I am. It is done.
Some good potions, good scrolls, arrows of detonation even. And this is a unique piece of armor. This is a plate armor, not a full plate armor, plus 3 actually, called the Practical Defense. And this one has a armor class of 0, so one better than the full plate mail, but it doesn't have the other, like it doesn't have the piercing bonus. I think it also gives you -3 versus slashing, and the armor class goes to 0, but it's still better to have a full plate and a protection item equipped, because although this has one armor class, the general armor class worse, it's at 1, then with a protection item it's going to improve your armor class by 1, so you're going to be the same at in this aspect, but also all of your saving throws are going to get a bonus. Of course, from like a cloak of protection +1, for example. Also, all of your saving throws are going to be better. Okay, this one is locked. Yeah, also in the Tales of the Sword Coast expansion, you can see that there's a little bit more of like not only usable items, which is something that they introduced here, but also you can sometimes click a little bit more and get some descriptions. And yeah, it says that we will have to find the key here.
Your concern, indeed.
Here are some grapes that we're going to need for a little bit later. Here's Domination, and I think, yeah, Jaheira was the keeper of the elixirs. This sling +1 we don't need. Oh, you really can't identify those. Let's just use a scroll so we can stack those. And I guess we can use a scroll to showcase that, yeah, practical defense. A regular armor class of 0, -3 versus slashing, but no bonus versus piercing and missile damage. And this is a magically enchanted armor, so you cannot use any item of protection. This has a relevant, actually, relevant description, because of Thunder Axe is the Baldur Thunder Axe. I think this is supposed to be Durlag's father. I think it's going to be relevant later in the dungeon about their titles, kind of. Thunder Axe being a relevant title there. I am going to like drop some of this like loot that we're not going to need. Like, you know, a short sword +1 or leather armor +1. They don't really sell for that much, and you know, we're going to probably drop plenty of this basic stuff in the course of our adventure here in Durlag's tower. Anyway, we have the grapes that are going to be needed to do one of the tasks, and yeah, last thing about the practical defense is that, of course, it's a magically enchanted armor, so you can't wear an item of protection together with it, but it's still a good armor for a wizard slayer, for example. A wizard slayer who cannot wear any trinkets like rings or amulets or cloaks or pretty much anything. Right, so there's going to be some normal skeletons, and there's going to be, I think, one of these skeleton warriors there. Yeah, here he is. So I'm going to take care of him first. And here is kind of like a nice treasury area. As you can see, treasures like fill the room. There's going to be some traps though.
Certainly.
And from this treasury we can loot this special gem here called the Glittering Baldur Gemstone. And it says that you know, it periodically blazes with a glittering, winking, flashing light. It looks incredibly valuable. That's the gem that Avarice wants. And here we have a little bit more goodies for Imoen to identify.
The storm, great peril yields great beauty.
It is done.
Here's a key that we need. Yeah, we need to bring everyone together.
Great peril yields great.
There's another secret passage to this engine room that we're going to visit a little bit later.
Concern?
Okay, bullets +1, arrows of ice, acid arrows, arrows of fire. Oh, you can stack them like this. We also got the key to that little desk in the previous room. This is just a small shield +1. I'm not going to keep picking up like all of these like +1 basic things. Because as you can see, our inventory space is at a premium here. Some arrows of dispelling, very nice. Oh, she can identify those, thank God. Or maybe not thank God, but it's nice. Alright, now we can loot this desk. And from here we get a nice potion of fire breath, but we have a quest item here. This switch for an engine. We need that for that engine room that we've already been able to spot there. Another chaos scroll, which is very nice. Okay,
Yes?
let's proceed here. Here there's going to be kind of like a gym and practice area, or like a training room.
Yes, all as good as done.
There's going to be some decently tough monsters here. The flesh golems that we've already had some experience with
Your concern?
from the cave of Black Alaric.
Yes, what's such mean?
They don't have any resistances against like missile weapons, so we could use Koran's magical arrow skills
What?
I am
against
here.
them.
Your indeed. Yes?
Yeah, so they fall pretty easily. Here's kind of like a training room.
I
Here
am
there's a proper entrance to that engine room. And here we're going to go and... yeah, it says that the switch panel appears to be missing a switch. So we can replace it. And now the engine begins to hum quietly and is operational.
Your concern?
Or it's working, so that the wine press in the next room is going to be operational.
Yes, indeed. I am
So
indeed.
here we can place the grapes there. And since this whole machinery is working, we could now make wine out of the whole thing.
Be a lady.
I think there's a trap here. Yeah. And now we're back at the beginning. We did a nice kind of counterclockwise
Yes?
full exploration. And now we are ready to deal with these guys.
I am here. It is done.
So let's talk with all of them. Well, I'm going to talk with 3 of them, then pre-buff, because there is going to be a final encounter here. Let's talk to Avarice. Yeah, I am Avarice. I will bring doom upon you in this cursed place. So we give the gem to him. Yeah, I am Pride. I am the curse of this place. You have completed this riddle. I am Fear. I will destroy you in this cursed place. And then Love is the one you have to talk to the last. Alright, here we have to first heal up, and since we have all of those nice healing potions, we're going to definitely make use of those. Let's even use the heal from the nymph, an AoE heal. Boom. Very nice. Now we need to do some serious buffage. We're going to start with the long-lasting buffs from Aec'Letec, like remove fear and protection from evil. Oh,
Yes?
Senashira's potion of invulnerability ran out, so I didn't time it that well. We're going to have to use another one, I guess. I am not going to skimp out on try to be frugal before this encounter. This one is a properly tough encounter.
What is it?
So Kirnai is going to use her potion of defense. Oh yeah, Aec'Letec is going to use a little potion of strength. Let's forget that he already has one here equipped in his quick slot.
You're a queer fellow.
So Imoen is going to pre-buff a little bit. What else can we apply here? I guess we can go with Chant and Bless.
I'll kill the bastard what done it.
Imoen is going to first cast Haste, and she's going to use Mirror Images a little later. And I think we might even use this spear here, so that Senashira can have a little fire shield. Okay, is there anything else that I would need here? We could use some scrolls to protect ourselves better. I am going to go a little bit back with everyone. and just talk with Love. You have completed this riddle. You are worthy to pass through this portal, though I yet guard the key with my life. I am Love. I must be murdered in this cursed place. Like, isn't this awesome with these 4 guys? Ah, Durlag's Tower, man. This is an amazing dungeon. So anyway, here they spawn, or all 4 of them. So Fear becomes this kind of like revenant that can paralyze, I believe. And Pride is a really, really tough fighter, fighter cleric actually, level 12 in both. Then Love is supposed to be like this kind of special type of mage. I think in the game files she's classified as a golem of like level 15 or something. It basically is there to give her certain immunities and stuff like that. And Avarice here is a level 12 thief that can actually cast multiple cloud kills and go invisible at will and backstab, and all of them have like really great physical stats. So even with our armor class, even with our buffs, it's not going to be easy to deal with them. So I am going to use this Potion of Fire Breath on Love here. Oh, they also have from like 10 to 20 magic resistance, not anything too crazy, but they can get lucky like that and resist some of it. Yeah, Avarice cast that cloud kill, and he can, like, since we have opened all of these passages, sometimes Avarice, instead of like progressing and fighting us directly, he can like kind of go to the west there or somewhere else, and kind of, you know, he is invisible. So sometimes after the fight we have to kind of go looking for him. I would like to encounter all of them together. I don't want to like separate them. Alright, that nymph, I don't want you to waste spells yet. The nymph spells aren't going to be that useful because they basically are immune to a lot of effects. She has her own AI, kind of, so that's why she cast that. Okay, I forgot to buff up MON with mirror images. I am going to send Senashira to occupy the attention of Love, which is a mage that she also throws like daggers, I think, and she can be really, really deadly in the like physical damage sense. Also, I am going to prepare this amulet on Senashira, I think. Amon is going to buff up with mirror images, and everyone else is going to try to deal with Avarice here. Oh, Aec'Letec can also quickly buff himself up even more with this drop on Holy Might. It's quick to cast. Okay, Fear died. And she is casting, probably remove magic or something. Okay, Avarice died unexpectedly easily. He can be a tough opponent, but that was really, really nice. Okay, that was slow, but Senashira also has magic resistance. Of course, she has the 25 magic resistance coming from the Cloak of Baldur, which is an amazing item. Okay, now we can bring our guys forth, so that at least we have also Pride engaged in combat here with us.
Your concern?
Oh yeah, so as you can see, Love can dish out some damage to our more vulnerable party members. Okay, Dire Charm on Senashira, that she was able to save against, I guess. Alright, so Love is dead. Not much more to say about that. Alright, and now we have Pride, this level 12 fighter cleric with like different buffs and like very, very good stats. He's very tough, he has over 100 HP. But now that he's alone, he's not going to be that big of a deal, I guess. Yeah. Okay, this went very, very well. This fight can be way tougher than that.
It is done.
They don't really have anything on them. We just need to loot Love, because she has a ward token that is going to allow us to pass to the next level.
It is done.
And actually, after this whole fight, I'm trying to think whether I should. This is the ward stone that I dropped earlier. Maybe I should go like outside and rest. Just a short sword +1.
Yes?
just so we have reloaded resources for some of the fights that are going to await us. I'm going to think on that, because this is going in between episodes, because this is going to be the end of this one. Let's just level up our guys. So Aec'Letec is finally level 7 in fighter, which is very, very nice. Now finally he's going to have 2 attacks, and of course a little bit more hit points, a little bit better Thaco. Then Koran now is a level 8 thief. I am going to go 100 open locks, although technically you only need 95 really to open everything, maybe with a couple of failures here and there, to open the toughest locks. And I guess I'm going to put the last 15 into maybe hide and shadows. Maybe we're going to make some use of that. So he is our full like utility guy now, although as you could see he had no problems opening most locks anyway. And now Imoen is going to be a level 9 mage and finally get access to level 5 spells. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And here we have chaos, but we have plenty of scrolls of chaos. We also have domination, which is a nice spell with a -2 penalty to saving throws on the target. But you know, with this competition, it doesn't really stack up to the rest. And then Sunfire is a really powerful kind of AoE fire spell, which I also like in certain situations, but more on like fighter mages who are already going to be in melee. I think I'm going to just maybe memorize one Cloud Kill. It's going to be useful in some situations. And also because, you know, Chaos, we have plenty of scrolls of Chaos on Imoen. For fights that Chaos is going to be useful. Alright, so this is going to be in the end of this episode. I'm stumbling over my words, of course. My brain is not functioning anymore. But we've made through, we went through the first level of the proper like Durlag's Tower dungeons, and we are relatively unscathed after the whole thing. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.